They thought she was just the help, someone to snap their fingers at, to boss around, to humiliate. So when she approached their table with a warm smile and a kind question, they didn't hesitate. One of them laughed, another insulted her, and the last. He threw a glass of water in her face. But what happened next? Nobody in that restaurant saw it coming. Maison Noire wasn't just a restaurant, it was an experience. On most nights, the place hummed like a heartbeat. Smooth jazz floated through the air, the warm glow from golden pendant lights softened every corner, and the rich scent of seared scallops mixed with aged wine. The tables, draped in white linen, each held a single, minimalist flower arrangement. The walls, deep mahogany and lined with abstract art, made the whole room feel like a blend of classic luxury and modern soul. It had recently become the city's crown jewel, the kind of place you had to book weeks in advance. Everyone wanted to dine there. Everyone wanted to say they'd been, and yet almost no one had ever seen the owner. That night, as the restaurant buzzed with life, Olivia Hayes walked through the dining area like someone who had built the place with her bare hands because she had. She wore a simple, elegant black dress, nothing flashy, just her tall, confident, graceful. Olivia wasn't there to show off. She moved through the room quietly, adjusting a crooked chair, sharing a soft nod with a waiter, observing it all. This wasn't just a business to her. It was her dream, one she'd built from scratch. She'd come a long way. Her mother, a brilliant home cook, had taught her early on that food could be a love language. Olivia took that lesson and ran with it through culinary school, through backbreaking shifts in restaurants where she was often the only black woman in the kitchen. She worked, saved, studied. She learned supply chains, marketing, design. She dreamed about this place while sleeping on the floor of what used to be an empty lot. Maison Noire was her triumph, and tonight it was full. She approached a corner table, 3 diners, white, wealthy, and loud in the kind of way that screamed entitlement. You could tell from the designer watches, the exaggerated laughs, the way they waved down waiters like they were swatting flies. Olivia had met people like them before, many times. Still, she smiled warmly. "Good evening," she said gently. "I hope you're enjoying your meal. Is there anything we can improve for you tonight?" They barely looked at her. One of the women sighed dramatically, staring at her empty wine glass like Olivia was wasting her time. "Oh, finally!" she snapped. "We've been waiting forever. Get the wine, and don't mess it up this time." Before Olivia could respond, before she could say she wasn't a server, but the owner, one of the men, grabbed his water glass. He looked her right in the eye and tossed the water in her face. The whole glass, right in her face. The restaurant went dead silent. The cold soaked Olivia's face, her hair, her dress. Water clung to her lashes and ran down her cheeks. Her black silk dress, once elegant and smooth, now stuck to her like a second skin. The man chuckled. "Maybe now you'll move faster." Another woman at the table laughed loud and sharp. The third just smirked and went back to his phone. But Olivia didn't flinch, didn't raise her voice. She just stood there wet, calm, unbothered. Her eyes moved from one face to the next. There was no fear in them, no humiliation, just quiet, burning dignity. Then she spoke. "Actually," she said slowly, her voice clear as crystal, "I wasn't here to take your order." The diners around them gasped. The mood shifted fast. "I was simply checking on your experience because I own this restaurant." Their faces dropped. The smugness melted. You could see the blood drain from the man's cheeks. The woman who rolled her eyes now stared in disbelief. The third one finally put his phone down. "My name is Olivia Hayes," she continued, her voice steady and strong. "I built this place. Every recipe, every table, every inch of this restaurant. And while we welcome all guests here, we do not tolerate disrespect. Not to our staff, not to anyone." She turned to her manager. "Michael, please escort them out. Their reservation is permanently canceled." Michael didn't hesitate. "Right this way." he said firmly. The trio stumbled to their feet, silent and ashamed. The same people who had laughed moments ago now just wanted to disappear. They were walked out in front of a silent watching room. Then, slowly, a few claps started, then more. Then the whole room stood and applauded, not out of drama, but out of respect, out of admiration, out of sheer awe. Olivia didn't soak in the praise. She simply wiped her face, adjusted her dress, nodded once, and walked back to the kitchen, head held high. That night, she posted something simple on social media. Kindness is free, but so is dignity. Today, I chose both. And the world took notice. The video went viral. Her story was everywhere. People praised her grace, her strength, her poise under pressure. She became a symbol of quiet resistance, of powerful self-worth. Maison Noire became legendary. The food was still exquisite, but now people came for more. For the energy, for the respect, for the woman who had turned the tables without raising her voice. As for those 3 customers, their names came out. One was a real estate developer. One was a socialite. One was a finance guy. All of them faced public fallout. They laughed at her. But Olivia Hayes showed the world how to rise soaked in water but drenched in dignity.